G'day all, number one Machop fan here with a special. This battle that I'm about to show you is my favourite battle from the entire VGC 2016 season. It occurred at Melbourne's Midseason Showdown, round 6 of 6, game 3, against visiting Malaysian player Zarif Ayman. I will talk us through this video. There's this one move that occurred towards the end, which is what made me fall in love with it. It's something I've been wanting to do for a long time. Okay, so the team I used is below, but I chose to lead with Kingsgun and Smeagol. In this situation, I expected the Cresselia to use Magic Coat, so I decided not to use Dark Void. But back then, I didn't know how I was meant to handle a possible Protect Magic Coat. Had I done things differently, had I had another chance to go through this again, I would have used Trick on the Cresselia, but instead, as you'll notice, after Kingsgun Mega evolves, I actually end up using Spore on the Groudon despite the inevitable Protect. I have my Smeagol run both Spore and Dark Void because they're used very differently. Dark Void to put pressure on the entire team, Spore for its reliability in nailing specific targets, knocking them out of action for a while the partner handles the other mon. Alas, Zarif's Cresselia did not use Magic Coat. Instead, it used Trick Room. I stand by what I was meant to do. And then Helping Hand comes in, meaning Sucker Punch was the right move against that Groudon. Bringing it down to half its HP, and then it erupts! And unfortunately there goes Smeagol after doing stuff all, but I've learned from those days. And there's Groudon. Now at this point, Cresselia could have skill swapped Parental Bond off my Kangaskhan. So this next move was quite dangerous. But we've already proven that that Groudon over there is in Sucker Punch KO range. Thankfully, the risk pays off, and whee! Down goes their Groudon, leaving mine free to let rip. It was trying to skill swap his own Groudon to give it Levitate in case it got hit by an Earth Power, but it didn't. Instead, Cresselia got hit and nearly knocked out by an Eruption. And now there, Kangaskhan comes in. And things start to get very interesting indeed. I have Groudon use Protect, I can't remember why. That's why, because of Fake Out. And Ice Beam onto my Kangaskhan almost knocks it out. And then I pull off another Power-Up Punch, almost knocking out their Kangaskhan. So now we've got two Kangaskhan's in Sucker Punch KO range. Speed tie. A Speed tie could decide it, but I'm not taking that chance. Instead, I have my Kangaskhan use Fake Out, knowing he was going to use Sucker Punch on me. I used Fake Out to block Sucker Punch. That is the move I've been wanting to use all this time. That is why I love this game so much. In the long term, I noticed it didn't really do much. Eruption still picked up the double KO on two very weakened Pokemon. But the last Pokemon of his was Talonflame, and a simple Brave Bird was going to knock out the Kangaskhan. But Talonflame's a single target mon, so it was going to be either knock out the Kangaskhan and get a full power. Well, I used Flamethrower, I should have used Eruption. Get the full power Eruption off, or do some damage to the Groudon and then fall to a +4 return. Still, I had pretty much sealed it by this point. Xerneas comes in as the last mon, and that single target Talonflame over there is done for. Flare Blitz almost knocks out Xerneas, but not quite. Even with my son, it survives at 17, and the only one that gets knocked out is the Talonflame herself. And that is the end of the game. In a nutshell, I used Fake Out to block Sucker Punch, and I feel like gloating about it. Speaking of which, in the Senior Division final at the World Championships, I noticed that in Game 2, it went to 3 games, The guy who went on to win the World Championships in a division lost Game 2, but there was one point where he was in Sucker Punch KO range. It was revealed that his Kangaskhan had Fake Out, Protect. It had both, which is rare. Low Kick, I think, and either Return or Double Edge, not Sucker Punch. So there was no Sucker Punch speed ties there, but in that situation, if he had used Fake Out, he would have blocked his Kangaskhan Sucker Punch, he wouldn't have lost his own Kangaskhan, and he would have actually won that game. He did state, though, interestingly enough, that he wasn't really the most experienced of players. And that's probably why he didn't think to do it. But while that move isn't entirely possible, it is extremely rare. If it does become common, it's going to be rock, paper, scissors. Do you use Fake Out to block their Sucker Punch? Do you anticipate the Fake Out and use a normal attack? Or do you go one step further, expect them to predict you, expect them to use the normal attack and use Sucker Punch? It's literally rock, paper, scissors. One strategy will work against one, or fail or at least speed tie against another. But until that happens, you gotta use Fake Out to block Sucker Punch. It's a big move. Anyway, that's it for this episode. I don't know what's gonna come up next. I don't have any Machop's musings planned. The latest thing that's likely to happen will probably be me doing a blind Let's Play of Pokemon Sun when it comes out. I can confirm I have pre-ordered Pokemon Sun. My reason being is because I didn't really like the idea of Pokemon Moon being set 12 hours off. I guess I'm just meticulous. Anyway, see you next time, whenever that'll be.